Luke's not joining us today. He's actually in Guatemala. He's been there all week, and I know you're probably nervous because the last time he left and went camping, it did not end well for him. But don't worry, his wife is with him. But I figured if he's on vacation, I'm going to be on vacation. So join us as we look at Blindfold Games. Hi all, welcome back to another Tech Connect. Today we're looking at Blindfold Games. Now, I find these games to be quite fun. I think they're simple to play, a really good way to kill a little bit of time if you've got some spare time. But the other thing I really like about it is they're really good at introducing voiceover gestures, especially for those who are not comfortable with using a touch screen. Marty Schultz and the Blindfold crew has been around, well, I say the Blindfold crew, I really think it's mostly just him, but they have been around for over 10 years making games specifically for the iPhone and iPad. They've got probably over 25 or more games that you get to pick from, everything from sports to card games and more. So join us today. We're gonna take a peek at a number of different options and see if we can figure out what's our favorite game. As I mentioned, Blindfold Games has tons and tons of different games. And a quick little side note, when they first started releasing a bunch of games, you'd go to the App Store and try to find them all. And as the library continued to grow, it got more and more confusing. So what they've done is create a launcher app, if you would like to call it that, just called Blindfold Games. And that will allow you to basically browse through their entire catalog and then go right to the App Store to download that specific game. So we are gonna go ahead, I've already downloaded the launcher. We're gonna go ahead and open it, and we will take a peek at some of the different games and we'll see what one we wanna play first. So I'm just gonna use Siri, open Blindfold Games.
Blindfold Games.
I've got the main app open here. I'm at the top of my list. The first one we have here is Tic-Tac-Toe. Now, I'm not gonna swipe through all of these games because we'd be here all day, but we'll just do a little bit of swiping, and I'm actually gonna start with one of my favorite games, and that's bowling. So we'll just swipe through, see what we hear, some of the different games, and we'll stop when we get to bowling.
Air hockey, basketball, bingo, bird songs, bobsled, bob gesture game, bowling.
We've swiped, just doing our voiceover gesture, got to bowling. And what happens now is that if you double tap the game, if you don't yet have the game installed on your device, it'll actually take you directly to the App Store, to the page for that specific game, and you can go ahead and download that app. If you do have it installed, I've actually seen it do two different behaviors here. Sometimes I'll see where it goes directly into the game for me. So for example, bowling is probably gonna do that, although now that I've said it, it probably will prove me wrong. But I've also seen where basketball and some other games, even though they're already downloaded on my device, they still go into the App Store. So I've not gotten consistent behavior when swiping through and double tapping, but either way, you can still get to that game. So when you find the game that you'd like to go ahead and play or download, you're gonna go ahead and double tap. Now, as I mentioned, bowling is my favorite. So when I double tap, it's gonna go right on into bowling. Stick with us for the rest of this video though. In our third game we're gonna show, we're actually gonna show a game that I've never played, which means I do have to go and actually download it. So you'll see that process as well. So let's go ahead and double tap on bowling.
Blindfold bowling. Blindfold bowling main menu.
And we are in our Blindfold bowling. I'm gonna go grab my shoes and we'll be right back. All right, I went and got my shoes, sprayed them down good, so hopefully my feet are safe, and we're gonna start our game. We're on our main menu here. Most of games, actually pretty much all of the games, do have a settings option where you can go in and change background music and speech characteristics, how fast the game speaks. I'm not gonna make any changes in bowling because it's set up the way I like it, but stick around for the next game. We'll talk a little bit more about settings. The other thing you're gonna notice when we go to play a lot of Blindfold games, I did mention they're free, and that is true. but most of them do require a coin to play. You are given a specific number of coins each day to go ahead and play, and then if you run out of coins, you can upgrade or purchase more. I know it's kind of a bummer, but you know what? All these games are free, and the crew's putting in a lot of work, so I see that they, you know, need to bring in a little dollar. So when we start our bowling game, you will hear it talk about coin, and that's what that is. We're at our main screen here. We're going to swipe through and just take a peek at some of the options we have.
Resume game. Button.
We do have a resume game. If I was in the middle of the game, had to quit for whatever reason, I could resume my previous game.
10 pin. 1 player. Simple throw.
Now we're going to come into a number of different types of games. Anything from number of pins to number of players, how you throw the ball. So this first one was 10 pins, single player, and simple throw, which really means you're not doing any aiming at all. I particularly like the next option that we'll see in a moment, but you can swipe through the screen here and kind of pick the game that you like to play the most. So we'll do one more swipe over to my favorite.
10 pin. 1 player. 1 finger aim and throw.
Still 1 player. I'm not ready to play against a computer just yet, but I do like to do a little bit of aiming, so that's the one we're going to choose. We're going to go ahead and double tap, jump into the game.
Using 1 coin to play, you have only 3 coins left. To get more coins, press buy or upgrade game. To go back to the main menu, swipe up with 3 fingers. Starting game, 10 pin, 1 player, 1 finger aim and throw. It's player 1's turn. Move your finger left and right to position yourself on the bowling alley. Then stop moving for a second, and then aim your flick at the pins you want to hit.
All right, so they do a very good job of introducing the game to you. First, we heard that it is a 3-finger flick up at any time to return back to the main menu, and that's true for all of their games. And then the way we're gonna aim is we're gonna touch our finger down at the bottom of the screen, just move it to the left or right to aim, pause for a minute, and then flick up, and we'll throw our ball.
Center.
All right, we're in the center, so we'll flick up.
1.
Oh, that sounds good.
You knocked over 6 pins,
Ah.
leaving 4 pins standing. 1, 2, 4, 7. Throw your second ball.
All right, so we've got the 1, 2, 4, and 7 pin left. I guess it would be helpful if I knew where those pins were, but I think most of those are on the left-hand side if I remember correctly. Let's aim. We're gonna start in the center and then move over to the left, and you're gonna hear it count up as I move farther to the left. That just gives you an idea of how far you're aiming in one direction or the other.
Center. 1, 2.
So that looks good. We'll go to 2 and toss.
1.
You made a spare.
Hey!
One's turn.
Not too
Frame
shabby.
2. Throw your first ball.
All right, so now we'll do our second frame. We'll start in the middle again.
Center.
And let's go. Here we go.
2.
Oh, that didn't sound good.
Over 3 pins.
Oh.
Leaving 7 pins standing.
Womp womp.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8.
Well, I don't have to
Throw your
rub it
second
in.
ball.
All right, here we go. We'll probably just throw anywhere and we probably feel pretty good.
Center.
I'm gonna go over to the left just a little bit and toss.
1. You missed all the pins on this throw.
Oh.
Leaving 7 pins standing.
Wow, that was
1,
bad. How do I go
2,
from a spare
4,
to a 3?
5, 7,
Not good.
8. You scored 3 points.
All right, I'm gonna go ahead and do my 3-finger swipe up.
Selected.
All right, and we had did our 3-finger swipe up and left the game and went back to our main menu. I've returned back to the Blindfold launcher so we can go back and maybe find another game to play. But before I do that, I just wanted to mention a little bit more about the settings. I mentioned in the bowling area that there is, each game has its own settings, and each game will have kind of different settings besides the sound, how loud the background music is. There'll be a number of settings specific to each game, but in the launcher app, there's also a settings option that you can set, and a lot of that's going to be more around the voice itself. how fast the voice speaks, what voice you choose. And then there's an option to make that carry over to all of the other Blindfold games. So that's kind of nice in the fact that you don't have to then set that up specifically for each and every game. You can make it default across all of the Blindfold games. So again, that's going to be in the main menu part of the launcher app. Tap settings, and as you swipe through the settings screen, you'll see an option then to set those default voice options. All right, we are going to move on to our second game. I wanted to do something maybe a little bit more card related, and one of my favorite pastimes is I like to go and play Blackjack. I've got a friend, we'll go to the casino every so often and sit down and play some Blackjack. So I know that the Blindfold Games does provide a Blackjack option, and actually theirs is called Ears Blackjack, which, if I'm not mistaken, is also part of Marty Schultz. It's his kid entertainment company that he has. And so you'll find the bottom of the list of games all start with the word ears. So they're very similar to the Blindfold games. They're just under the ears label instead. So we're gonna go on down and swipe up with 3 fingers through all the list of games. We'll get down to the ears section here.
Rows 11, rows 9, rows 20, rows 30, rows 4, rows 5, rows 50, rows 60, ears Jeopardy match.
All right, now we're looking for ears Blackjack. Now, they are alphabetical, so I know that I gotta swipe to my left because I passed the one I wanted.
Ears fortune wheel, ears food, ears deal or not, ears crossword, ears craps, ears clues, ears blackjack.
There it is. You also heard in there ears feud, family feud. I heard in there ears, I think it was no deal, so that's probably Deal or No Deal, the old Howie Mandel show. So there is a lot of different games you can pick in here. Let's choose Blackjack, and we'll go in and see if we can play a couple quick hands.
Alert cancel. But Blindfold Games wants to open ears Blackjack.
So here's a good option, good example of it asking if I wanted to let this app open the other app. So basically the launcher app is saying, hey, is it okay if we open up the Blackjack app? And absolutely, so we'll swipe. All right, so we have our Blackjack game open, but you know what? It's been a while since I played it. I don't recall all of the settings to it, or not the settings, but the gestures. Some of the games will repeat them, and some will only repeat them the first time, or play them the first time you go into the game. So each of these games, both the Blindfold games and the Ears games, do have a help button right at the main menu here that's going to allow us to bring up a user guide or user manual so we can kind of relearn how to play the game. So, all right, so we know now how to play the game. Let's do our done button and let's get back to our main menu.
Done. Done.
Second done button to get out of help.
Ears Blackjack main menu.
And we're back to our main menu, and now let's do start game.
Start game. Button.
Place your bet,
Right,
then
area.
swipe up. Your current balance is $10.
All right, $10, so we're gonna do a low bet.
$1.
So I just tapped the screen once, now I'll swipe up.
Dealer is showing King of Spades. You have 9 of clubs, Queen of Hearts. Your total is 19. To hit, tap with 1 finger. To stand, swipe down with 1 finger.
Oh, there you go. It gave us a.
Swipe down with 2 fingers. To double down.
It gave us directions right there, which is great. All right, we have 19. They're showing a face card, so that absolutely means we do not hit. So we'll go ahead and swipe down.
Dealer's closed card is 4 of clubs. Dealer total is 14. Dealer drew 2 of spades. Dealer total is 16. Dealer drew 7 of spades.
Yay!
Total is 23. You won $1. Your current balance is $11.
All right.
When the hand is over, you can play again by swiping up with 1 finger. To hear your chip balance and your cards at any time, shake the phone. To change settings, swipe up with 3 fingers.
All right, we'll swipe up and play one more.
Place your bet, then swipe up. Your current balance is $11.
And we're gonna go, let's do a 2-finger tap.
$5.
We're gonna do, you know what, let's do it again. Let's go 10.
$10.
Ooh, all right, we're doing, well, if we're doing 10, we got 11, we might as well go for all of it. There we go. All right, that was a single tap. Let's swipe up.
Dealer is showing 3 of hearts.
Oh, that's good.
You have King of clubs, 10 of hearts.
There's a
Total
20.
20. To hit, tap with 1 finger. To stand, swipe down with 1 finger. To split, swipe down with 2 fingers.
I'm gonna go ahead and swipe down to stand.
Dealer's closed card is Jack of Spades.
Oh,
Dealer
13,
total
come on.
13. Dealer drew 4 of spades.
17, they gotta
Total
stand.
17. You won $11.
Yeah, there you go. All right, we're gonna go ahead and swipe up with 3 fingers to go back to the main menu. I won. All right, we've now played 2 games that I am familiar with, but let's show what it's like to play a game that A, you don't have installed on your device yet, and B, one you've never played before. How easy are Blindfold Games? We're gonna go and swipe and we're gonna find Home Run Derby. It is Major League Baseball season right now. So we're gonna go and get a baseball game and see how many home runs we can hit. We're back in our main launcher app here, and remember again, they are alphabetical, so we could just swipe until we get to the H's, but I'm also just gonna swipe up with 3 fingers to scroll a little bit faster.
Rows 8 to 6, rows 6 dominoes. Rows 20 invaders.
All right, now I went a little too far, but that's okay. We'll swipe back.
Horse race, hopper. Home run derby.
There it is. Now we'll go ahead and double tap, and that should take us to the App Store to download this game.
Blindfold App Store.
All right, we are now in the App Store here. We're gonna find our download or get button.
Artwork. Blindfold Sports. Re-download.
Mine says re-download. I'll be honest, I don't ever remember playing this game, but I guess it's proven me wrong right here. I must have played this years ago, but you gotta trust me, I do not remember how to play, so we'll go ahead and tap re-download. Yours might say get if you've never downloaded it before.
Loading. 4%.
We'll let it go ahead and do its download, and then that get button will switch to an open button, and we can just go ahead and tap on open and go right to our game.
28%.
I'll now stare at the camera uncomfortably
34%.
until we get to 100%.
40%.
Oh, there we go. We switched to an open button. We'll go ahead and tap. Go double tap, go right on in.
Blindfold Home Run Derby. Our other games. Heading.
Like before, we get this little our other games, so we're gonna swipe to skip.
Skip. Button. Blindfold Home Run Derby menu.
So we've got the game open. We're about to play it, but you know, it obviously said I had played it in the past, but I sure don't remember. I could start a game and hope that maybe it'll go through a tutorial, but I'm a little nervous since I maybe ran the game years ago and it won't play it. So we should do the right thing and we should go read the help user guide first, just so we know how to play the game.
Setting. Home Run
There we go. Let's see what we have in our main menu here.
Selected. Practice hitting.
Okay, I would like to practice hitting. That makes sense. Let's go ahead and see if we can practice hitting. All right, let's go ahead and tap the screen and we'll get a pitch.
Strike one.
Oops.
Tap the screen for the next pitch.
I didn't mean to do that. I accidentally tapped it a second time and then I swung. So let's try again.
You hit the ball into the stands. That's an out. You have 1 out.
What? How's that an out?
Tap the screen.
I hit it on the second click. All right, let's try again. Here we go.
You hit the ball into the stands.
Oh, it's again. All right, let's try again. We'll do the third click this time.
Tap the screen for the next pitch.
Tap. 1, 2, 3.
You scored a triple.
Triple. Yay.
Tap the screen for the
All right, one more hit. Here we go. One, 2, 3, go.
You hit the ball into the stands. That's an out.
Oh, I did it in too much between 3 and 4 that time, and I got ourselves a foul.
To return to the main menu, or swipe up with 2 fingers to play again.
All right, so I was practicing hitting, but this game does offer more than just hitting. There's fielding. Now, this game has tons of other features besides just hitting. So I'm gonna let you dive into the game deeper so that you can learn all of the different options. Put it down in the comments. What's your favorite part of the game, and what is the highest number of home runs you've hit? All right, so you've got to watch me play 3 different games today. We did a little bowling, we played a little blackjack, and we did some home run derby. And I think it's a good example of some of the games that Blindfold offers. As I mentioned at the top, they are free. They do have that coin piece, so there are gonna be times where you might wanna pay for more coins. But the cool thing is that you do get to dive in and try all of those different games to find the one that you enjoy the most. Besides just being free games and kind of a good time killer and accessible games for you to play, as I said at the beginning too, I really like that all of the games are really teaching individuals gestures and how to work with a touchscreen device. So if you are a trainer or a teacher, think about how the Blindfold games can help you with your students and clients in a really fun and easy way to teach them some of the different gestures that they will need, especially if they're a voiceover user. So many of those flick left and right and up and down gestures, or the multi-finger gestures, can be a little bit difficult to learn, and if you can do it in a fun and entertaining way by playing games, it can be a really cool way to get those concepts across. So I say, why not get it? It's free. There's absolute benefit to it. Please, if you enjoy videos about assistive technology, especially for people who are blind or visually impaired, subscribe to our channel. It makes a big difference. We really do appreciate it. Also, like the video. That also can make a big difference for the algorithm. Throw it down in the comments. How long have you been playing Blindfold games for? And what's your favorite Blindfold game? Let everybody know, because there's so many. Share your favorites so people know what they should jump into first. We do videos every other Thursday, and we also do a live session on the opposite Thursday. It's called Tech Connect Live, every other Thursday, 11 a.m. Central. Our next one will be on August 15th, 2024. We don't yet have a topic. Throw it down in the comments if you've got a good topic for us. But we always have a good time in that live show, so come join us live, or you can watch an archive version here on the channel. We also have a podcast, an audio-only version of those Tech Connect Live sessions. You can open up your podcast app of choice, do a search for Vision Forward Tech Connect, and you'll find those episodes and you can subscribe. And last, we do have an online learning platform where you can receive free on-demand ACVR-EP credits. We've got plenty of different webinars on all different types of topics, from webinars to iOS, different apps for iOS, to video magnification. Go on, create a free account, take a look at all of the content we have, and take advantage of those free credits. Thanks, and stay tuned.